You see, the cause of our suffering, or the cause of suffering, I could say this in many different ways, but one of the most basic causes, primary causes of suffering, is not what happens, but our interpretation of what happens. This is absolutely vital. If you could understand that one phrase, that one pointer, it would be an arrow that pierces through the veil of suffering. It's not what happens. It's not the content of our experience. Yeah, what happens is the content of our experience. This happens, that happens. Yeah, you could say that's the duality, the dual appearance. I lost my family. I have no friends. This person died. I lost my job. I have a physical pain. There's a contraction in my heart. Yeah, we can describe it in many ways. The truth of it is not the description, but it's the experience. It's an energetic experience. That's the content of your experience. We experience the content through perception. Perception is sight, sound, touch, smell, and an inner sense that we can't limit to the five senses. Without those senses, without perception, there would be no experience. That's the content of our experience. The problem, if you like, the problem of suffering is created by the interpretation of that content. Interpretation happens automatically, habitually, robotically, without any awareness. I'm speaking about awareness as being aware of what's going on in your human mechanism. The interpretation takes place something like this. This is terrible. It shouldn't be happening to me. This is terrible. I'm all alone now. I'm lonely. I'm isolated. I'm alienated. There's something behind that. I'm a worthless person. I'm unworthy of God's love. Yeah? There's a whole pile up of interpretations. They're called unexamined beliefs. Some you may be aware of, some not. The ones we're usually not aware of is I'm unworthy of love, unworthy of God's love, or whatever it might be. Yeah, some interpretation, some variation of that. Something else happens in the content of our experience. Yeah, we perceive something fabulous, something apparently loving, something we have, a new friend, a new activity that takes up our time that we enjoy, a new job offer, a new inspiration, whatever it might be, a new state of bliss, some nice feeling. And then we interpret that. I'm lucky, I'm blessed, God loves me. Consciousness loves me. I've achieved it. I've got there. This is it. Yeah, we are interpreting our experience, the content. This is the cause of suffering, because whichever side of the polarity it is, the up or the down, the good or the bad, the dark or the light, the wanted or the not wanted, we're caught in samsara. This is samsara, because all content is a phenomenal display that comes and goes, whether it's an emotion, a feeling, a sensation, a perception, an object, or anything else. This is samsara. It causes suffering. The only answer is to realize that which doesn't come and go. Always, in the midst of all experiences. This is not a disembodiment. This is not a transcendence in the sense of moving above it so that you don't experience the dance of duality. It is a deep intimacy with the felt sense of the experience because it's here. Heartbreak is heartbreak. Physical pain is physical pain. Emotional pain is emotional pain. It's pain. The interpretation of that is not the truth. The interpretation of that creates the egoic knot of tension. Without interpretation, the felt sense is simply intimacy with what is. And the paradox is, the deeper we go into the intimacy with what is, which is an energetic field, the more we are free of the interpretation of what is. And when we are free of the interpretation of what is, all that can be experienced is silence, stillness, and spaciousness. That's it. Also called presence. But a presence that is not identified with the experience. This is fundamental, and this is freedom.